Welcome back everyone again. So in last lecture, we have seen how to install Windows 2016 server in VMware, right? Now in this lecture, what I will do, I will explain you how we can configure Windows Server 2016 as a domain controller. How we can configure this Windows Server 2016 as a DNS server. So we will see these two things on this particular device today. And apart from this, I will also show you how we can add different users and different groups into this particular Windows Server 2016. Process is very easy. You can directly go into this Windows Server 2016. Okay, and you will get this particular prompt here, server manager. In this server manager, what you have to do, you have to click on tools, or before configuring these tools and everything, what you can do, go here, go to into command prompt, just type here ipconfig/all. So these are the IP configuration right now. So it is getting the IP address from a PIPA range, right? And it is a part of VMnet 1, right? So now what I will do, I will go here ncpa.cpl, and I'll just configure one of the static IP on this machine. So I will configure the IP address here 10.1.1.220. Net mask is 255.255. And default gateway is 10.1.1.250. This is my Palo Alto firewall IP. DNS setting 8.8.8. Click on OK. Click on OK. Close. Close. Apart from this, go to into control panel, system and security, system, change settings, and here go to into change and just give this name, change this name. So I will give here some descriptive name like domain controller Active Directory 01. When you will configure this name, you have to restart your machine. So click on restart now. It will restart. Let's wait for this restart to complete. Okay, so now you will see restart has been completed. Let me just log in into this machine again. So I will put the password here. I will wait for some time. Now I'll directly jump into this tools. So let's wait. It is just loading up. Yep. Click on tools. Computer management. So you will get all kind of details here. Okay. So go to into, or what we can do, instead of going through the tools, you can directly click on add roles and features here. You will get the direct option. Next, next, next. But I want to configure this particular device as a domain control, right? Active Directory. So I will select this Active Directory domain services. I also want to configure this device for the DNS service. So I will select this DNS. Apart from this, you can also add this device for certified server authorities and all. So these things we will cover later. Okay. I will just go with these options. I will also show you how we can configure the IaaS service as well. Don't worry. We will see step by step all the process. Okay. Next. 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 Install. Now your installation has been started for Active Directory. We will wait here for some time. Now my device, it will go couple of times. It will reboot and everything. It happens. But we will wait here and we will see all the things. So we have to wait here. Installation is going on. It's completed, I hope. Click on close. Click on this error message and you will get this option, promote this server to as a domain controller. So we have to click on this option now. Okay. Now what you can do, add a new domain to an existing forest or add a new forest, add a domain control to existing domain. So I want to add a new forest, right? So I will select here root domain name. I will give here lab.local. Next. Okay. So now you will get it asking type the directory services remote password and all. So what I will do, I will give here password is Cisco at 12345. Cisco at 12345. Next, a delegation to this DNS server cannot be created because the authoritative parent zone cannot be found, right? So we have to create a DNS stuff as well. So click on this mess. Click on next. We will do the DNS stuff later as well. Next. 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 It is just doing the prerequisite checks now. So we will have to wait here. Go down, we have get lots of errors and all, but not an issue. It's just a DNS error. Install. Now installation is going on. So it is creating the details. So we have to wait actually because this will take some time. Close, close here, go here. Now it is just restarting. So after when you configure the domain controller, when you will promote this server as a domain controller, after installation, restart will happen actually. Wait here. So we have to wait here. Okay, now just log in here. So Control Alt Insert. Put here password Cisco at 12345. Enter. Okay, let me re-enter Cisco at 12345. Yep. Now you will see this particular Active Directory server I have configured as a domain controller, right? If you click on Active Directory domain, users and computers, go here. You will see the local database, like you will see lab.local. Here you will have a users tab and users. These are the users right now. These are the default users, right? Which you will get. What I will do now, I will add one group here. So let me generally, I will add here two groups. I will give the name to this group like HR. I'll create one more group. IT and sales. These are the three groups I have here. Now I will add the users. First user I will add. Click on user. Let me add myself like Hemu. Hemu at lab.local. So this is my user logon name. Lab/Hemu. Password never expired. And let me just configure the password here to this user. Next, finish. This user I have added. Now I'll go into this user. I'll click on, either I can click on properties or I can also directly go to into add to group and I can add directly that user into the group. So I will give here IT because he is from the IT department, right? Now, if you click on this user, double click accounts, you will get the user related details here. Member of, here you will get this user is a part of IT. By default, every user is a part of your domain users, but this is the extra group which is IT. So one user can be a part of multiple groups, guys. Now, I'll add few more users. So let me add the user Bidit. He's also from the IT department. Password never expired. Admin at 123. Admin at 123. Next, finish. I look for Bidit. I've just add this guy as well on to the IT department. So these Hemu and Bidit, they are from the IT department. Check names. Okay. Okay. Now I will add HR users. So let me add here Anu. I give the name here Asing. Or let me just simply give here name Anu. Last name is Singh. Next, password never expired. I have selected that option because I don't want to. So that password is not expired for the users, right? So this user I have added. She is from the HR department. So I have to add this user into HR group, right? Let me add one more user here. Ria Singh. Logon name is Ria at lab.local. Admin at 123. Admin at 123. Ria Singh, she is from also. She is from the sales department, right? So I will select here sales. I will add few more users. I will add here Kunal Chopra. Password never expired, and he is also from the admin at 123. Admin at 123. And that user, he is from your, also from the sales department. So I will type here sale, check name. So I will get the full name, click on OK. Click on OK. Let me add one more user. For HR department. So like, let me give some name. Let me just add here Varsha. and she is from the HR department. So now, like that, I will add the users and users details into my Active Directory. Okay, cool. I'll go into the tools and you will see DNS. Just click on DNS and you will get here dc.ad, right? Expand it. You will get the forward lookup zone where you will get lab.local. This is your reverse zone. Nothing is there. So click one zone for the reverse. Let me give the name here. Or let's go with the network ID. 10.1.1. This, next, next, finish. Okay. Now go to into this. We have a here dc-ad.1. This is the entry. Now let me add few more entries, like I create a new host. Now let me add one entry for Palo Alto Firewall 1. Firewall 1 lab.local 10.1.1.250. This is the IP address of my firewall inside interface. Now, apart from this, I will also add here firewall 2. Or yeah, these are more than enough. If later on we will add the other records actually. Okay. Good. Right now, so this is how we will configure the DNS part actually. Now in DNS, if you go here, if you click on DNS, options. So this is the cache information. If you want to clear the cache, right? You will get the details. You can go to into properties as well, right? You can define the forwarder. So this is the forwarder. So if this server, this particular DNS is failed, he will basically contact to 8.8.8 for the, if click on edit, 4.2.2.2 as well. What they will do now, if my local DNS server is not able to resolve any host with the IP address, then it will contact to these two mentioned DNS servers. These are the DNS forwarder. So this is how we will configure the DNS part on your Active Directory server. Okay, now go to into add roles and feature. Now let's configure the IaaS services. So we can use this particular server as a web server, right? So you have to go to into this one, web servers, right? IaaS services, right? You have to click on this one. So you will select this one. Apart from this, let me just see remote desktop services. You can also enable the remote desktop services like RDP services. If you want to enable Hyper-V, you can enable from here, right? DNS, we can do it from here. Active Directory is already done. We can also configure this as a DHCP server. So let me just configure right now IaaS services, okay? So I'll go down. We can also enable Telnet client, FTP client, all these things here, guys. This is for mail services. This is for remote server administration. So we have a multiple things. So click on next, next. Go with these particular default settings actually, because we are not here to learn the, also select this FTP services. Okay, so we can also use this server as a FTP server. Next, next. Remote desktop session host, remote desktop virtual host, remote desktop web access. So we can go with this option. Install now. So here we have configured IIS and web FTP services along with the RDP services. So we have to wait again. Just wait here. A restart is pending, right? So close. If you will go, this is the dashboard of that particular server, right? If you go into local servers, services, so you will see remote management is enabled, remote desktop is disabled here, right? If you will see remote desktop is disabled, click on this one and just enable it. So RDP we can also allow like that. Now go here. Restart it. Not restart. Go here. Server manager. Local services. Remote desktop is enabled, right? Automatic refresh, right? Now what? Restart is pending, right? So what you can do, either we have to do the restart automatically by ourselves, right? So what we can do, we go here, power, and just restart. Just a planned restart, right? After the restart, you will see IIS service will be configured. Restart anyway. These are the things generally we need to configure on this particular Windows server. After that, I will also show you how we can configure the CA services. And these are the things only we need on your firewall classes on your Active Directory side. So we have to wait here. Okay, so I'm just pausing the recording. Meanwhile, let's just wait for this process to complete. Now after the restart, you will see working on feature and updates. So restart will happen. Now it is just turning on. After this turning on, what I will try to open this particular services from my system. And guys, if you want to know, this is our website, sianets.com. These are the courses which are available. If you want, you can purchase online. The most important or two unique course which we are having, which is your Palo Alto Advanced Tech Troubleshooting and F5 Advanced ASM courses. This Palo Alto Advanced Tech Troubleshooting training, it's around 70 plus hours of training where I have discussed the advanced troubleshooting step on your Palo Alto firewall. I'll go into this course. You'll go into course content, you will see it's a huge course actually. Everything will be covered in details. Around here, I have covered around like 7 hours of your SAML, then 20 hours of your global protect, 20 hours of your IPsec VPN, along with all the daemons, all the advanced level troubleshooting. Everything will be covered in details actually here. If you want, you can also opt for this particular training. You can contact us. So you can contact us on this number. These are the two mentioned numbers. Apart from this is my YouTube channel. So you can also get our details from this YouTube channel. And in this YouTube channel, basically you can find lots of videos, like you will get the free CCNA videos, free Cisco ASA videos will be there, right? And you will get some interview related stuff and some checkpoint FortiGate videos as well. And we do have a one more YouTube channel, which is Skilled Inspirational Academy, and you will get here F5 related stuff actually. Now you can check out. Okay, so now reboot has been completed. Administrator, Cisco add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, enter. Just wait here. If I'll go here, if I'll type 10.1.1.220, I'm getting this web page, which means my IA service is working, right? Tools, Internet Information Services, you can go here. You will get the details. So these are the sites. So right now I just have a default sites here. HTTP response page, right? And everything request. This is the, if you want to change the certificate related things, you can change from here, right? If you want, if you can also add some other sites like as a FTP site, as a website, right? You can add that website, you can give the details and everything. Okay, but if you want, let me just do that, like Hemu website, I just give this name. You have to define the path of your index.html file, right? So in your inet pub directory, you will have a www root directory. So here you have to basically generally define the path. Make a new folder, Hemu. Define this path, right? Define the host name if you want. Define the port number. Right. So like that, you can do the things. And also if you want, you can also configure here FTP service. So you can also add the FTP site if you want it. Otherwise, you can always do the modification on this one. This is the existing one actually. This is the newly one which I have created, right? And I can change the settings. I can change the binding if I want to change the port number, like I want to use here 80. I can use, I can give the name like hemu.lab.local. I can give this kind of host name. So you can define everything. You can also do the configuration if you want. So that part I will cover later, how we can add the different website. Actually, I don't have any new website, but this is how we can basically enable these settings. And if you go here, if you click add a FTP site, you can also add FTP site name. So let me give name here FTP server. You can define the path here. So I'll just go into desktop, and desktop I make a folder, rename this folder FTP share or FTP server. Next. No, I don't want to use any SSL here. If you want, you can define this. You can go with the anonymous user right now. You can define all users. You can give the name. They can read and write permission. Select both. Next. And just finish. So this is how we can basically configure the FTP related stuff. If you go here this time into desktop, we have this FTP, right? Let me just add here one directory or one text file. Hemu test. I am testing FTP. Save. Go here. Go to into this place. So this is, I'm just trying to access from my main system. FTP 10.1.1.220. So I'm not able to access it for now. .1.1.220. See, I'm getting the username and other detail. Anonymous logon. Okay, I think it is asking for the password. So if I use here username Hemu, password is admin add 123. Hemu at lab.local. Admin add 123. Let me just try with anonymous user. Hemu at web.local. This is my email. Okay, I'm not able to log in, so I have to check maybe something. So if I'll click on this, I'll go into permissions, sharing, security. Basic settings, FTP on all protocols. Restart this process. Let me just try now. FTP 10.1.1.220. FTP is working, but my setting is not applied, I think. So what I can do, if I'll try with the administrator account, administrator, Cisco at 12345. Cisco at 12345. I can get the access, right? So see, I am able to see this file now. So if you want, what you can do, select this, go to into settings, or the best part, cancel it, go to into edit permissions, security, edit here, and add the users actually. Just add your Hemu with it, Ria. Just add all the whatever users we have created. And I will give the full permissions. Select and give full permission to these users. Later thing we can change later, right? Now if I'll type here, if I'll go here, FTP colon 10.1.1.220, I will get the access. If I'll not get the access, maybe there will be only one small reason. What's that? Yeah, I'm not able to access it. I'll know the reason. I'll go here. I'll just type control panel, system and security, Windows firewall, and we have to just turn off the window firewall. Otherwise, the other way, in production, we never do that, but here, this is my lab, so we can do it. It's not big deal. I'm getting the access now. I can get the access. So this is how, guys, we will configure the FTP services. Now, the last role which I want to add, which is certificate services, right? I will select Active Directory certificate services. Next, next, next. I want to use this as a certificate authority, certificate enrollment policy web server, certificate enrollment web services, certificate authority web enrollment, network device, enrollment service. Yeah, so I will just go with the certificate authority for now. Other features maybe we will test later. Just install this service. So these are this is the last thing, guys, which you need for your firewall classes, or which you need to know on your Palo Alto firewall, basically. So we will wait. Click. Next. Certificate authority. Next. Enterprises. So enterprise must be a domain members and are typically online to issue certificate or certificate. Standalone CA, right? Because this I want to configure a standalone CA. A standalone CA can be a member or a workstation or a domain controller, right? This device has a domain controller, right? So root CA. Create a new private key. Yes, you can create it. These are the settings. I'll go back to 56. These are the details. It will use common name, lab.local. Okay, that's cool now. Go. Yeah, 5 year is fine. Configure. So it is creating the root certificate, guys, because like whenever we request a certificate from any CAs, they will sign that certificate. So that time they will use this particular root CA for signing that particular certificate details. Configure required installation succeed on this particular device, which means now go here and if you will type here 10.1.1.220 cert serve, hit enter. So I'm not getting the page. HTTPS. Just go here. Certificate authority. We do have a details, right? Issue certificate and everything. .1.1.220 cert serve. I think we have to restart, then only this particular feature will work properly. Let's restart. It's a planned restart. Continue. It is applying the settings. Let's wait. Now let's log in into your Active Directory. Administrator. Cisco at 12345. Login. Just wait here. Click on add rules. So we have to add one more thing actually, because we forget to enable the web enrollment for this particular CA server actually. Expand it, and you have to select static enrollment, static authority, web enrollment. This particular part we have to select. Certificate authority, web enrollment. Next, next, next. Just wait now. So installation is going on, so we will wait. This process will take some time, so we will wait. So installation is succeeded. Go here, you can also get the detail. Configure Active Directory certificate services. Click. Next. Select this. Next. Configure. Close. Go here. 10.1.1.2 to your IP address of Active Directory, then search serve. And you will get this particular prompt, which means we have successfully done the configuration of your CS services on Active Directory. Now, this is the only thing which we have to do with regards to AD. If you want, you can also configure the DSCP one, but not required actually for your labs. Okay, so this is all about this particular lecture, guys. Thank you.